Have you ever had life knock the wind out of you? Maybe you went through a painful divorce, lost a job, had a health crisis, or faced a situation you never saw coming. And now you feel like you're picking up the pieces, wondering, how did I get here? If that's you, I want you to stick around because today I'm going to show you how that setback you're facing right now is actually a divine setup for something greater. By the end of this video, you'll learn why setbacks feel so overwhelming, the biggest mistake people make when facing them, and how to shift your perspective so that you can start turning this obstacle into an opportunity. For those of you who are new here, I'm Ange Kostelic, a Master Christian Mental Health Coach and NLP practitioner, and I help midlife Christian women break free from negative thought patterns, rediscover their passions, and create a life they truly love. I've faced my own share of unexpected setbacks, but what I've learned is that God never wastes our pain. He uses it for our purpose. And if today's message resonates with you, grab my free guide, Identifying Your Passions in Midlife. The link is in the description. So tell me in the comments, have you ever faced a setback that felt devastating at the time, but turned out later to be a blessing in disguise? Share it with me below. So let's talk about the truth about setbacks, because they're not what they seem. When something unexpected happens, it's easy to believe that lie, that it's the end of the road, that you've lost time, that life will never be the same. But the truth is, setbacks are not punishments. They're invitations for growth. Joseph in the Bible was betrayed, sold into slavery, falsely accused, and thrown into prison. Talk about setbacks. But in Genesis 50, verse 20, he tells his brothers, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." His setback was actually the very thing that positioned him for his purpose. And the same is true for you. There was a time when I faced an unexpected loss, a divorce. And I thought, God, why did you allow this? And how do I move forward from here? But looking back, I can see that what felt like the end was actually a redirection. God was shifting me into something greater than I ever imagined. Your setback is not the end of your story. It may feel painful now, but God is setting you up for something greater. When life throws us a curveball, most people do one of two things. One, they get stuck in the why me trap, and they replay the situation over and over, trying to figure out what they did wrong or why God allowed it. Or two, they stay in victim mode. They let the setback define them instead of deciding to move forward. But here's what I want you to remember. You don't have to understand God's plan to trust that He has one. I once worked with a woman who went through a sudden divorce. She was understandably devastated, questioning everything about herself, and she convinced herself that her best days were behind her. But as we worked through her healing, she realized that this wasn't the end of her story. It was actually the beginning of a new, beautiful chapter she never would have written for herself. If you stay in victim mode, you'll waste the lessons God is trying to teach you. But if you start asking, God, how can you use this for good? Everything changes. So, how do you turn your setback into a setup for your future? How do you actually move forward when life feels like it's falling apart? It comes down to three things. First, shift your perspective. Instead of seeing this as an ending, start seeing it as a redirection. Ask yourself, what if this is happening for me, not to me? And two, take one small step forward. You don't have to figure out the whole plan. Just take the next right step. Maybe that's focusing on your health, reconnecting with God, or saying yes to a new opportunity. And trust the process. Proverbs 3 verses 5 through 6 says, Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. I once made a decision that I thought was a mistake at the time, but years later I could clearly see how God had used it to lead me exactly where I needed to be. Your story is still being written. This setback isn't a period, it's a comma. God is preparing you for something beyond what you can see right now. If this message spoke to you today, let me know in the comments. And if you're ready to take the next step, you can schedule a call with me and we can talk through the challenges that you're facing right now to help you move forward. The link to schedule a call is in the description. Don't let this setback define you. Let it refine you into the woman God created you to be. Before we go, I want to remind you, God has a plan for your life that is bigger than any setback. What feels like a detour is actually part of his divine direction. Don't lose hope. Keep trusting, keep moving, and know that your best days are still ahead. God bless.